Hey everybody, it's Mr. Demanic here, and I thank you for joining me on this short video I'm making. Today's video is going to be about a little game I used to play several years back called Intruder. Intruder is a game, it's a stealth, tactical shooter game, very teamwork based. It's one of those games that you start playing years ago, and you watch the development cycle, and you get kind of hyped about it, and it comes out, and you're having a great time, and there's a lot of people playing, and you're having a really good time playing this game. One day, you've just decided that you weren't going to play again, maybe take a little break from it, and you never really returned. It's one of those games that you just have sitting on the backlog for years. It's finally one day you decide to reopen it. For me, that was a couple of days ago. And you try to relive those memories you have of the great game, and you find that it's improved in a lot of ways. But just there aren't many people playing it anymore. For me, that is Intruder. The premise of Intruder is relatively simple. There's two separate teams in every map. There's the Intruders, and then there are the Guards. Both these teams have their own separate objectives. Intruders, generally, it's to steal a briefcase, or hack a couple of computers, or maybe just kill all the Guards. The Guards, you just have to make sure the Intruders don't complete any of their objectives. If they complete any set of one of their objectives, they win the match. The Guards win if the time runs out or if all of the Intruders are killed. The game relies heavily on teamwork. Everyone dies relatively quickly, so you need to plan ahead and to be a little smart about how you do things. If you'll notice down at the bottom left, there's a couple of stats here. We've got balance, we've got energy, we've got hit points, and we've got a little white bar above the balance text. Going from HP up, it's pretty self-explanatory. HP is your hit points. If it drops to 0, I mean, you die. You're out of the game. Your energy and your balance are a little bit more involved. Energy allows you to run, to jump, to crawl, and crouch walk. It also allows you to get up if you've fallen over. Energy, as you sprint and run, if it gets too low, your aiming will get very poor accuracy. You'll make a very audible breathing sound that the enemies will be able to hear. Balance, however, see, as you walk, if you look down at the bottom left, you can see my balance is going up and down as I do things. See, just crouch walking like that, I have around 60 balance. When I stop moving, but I'm still crouched, it goes to 79. Sprinting, jumping, standing on uneven surfaces, all of that affects your balance. Now, the thing with balance is, if it ever reaches 0, you fall over. And you have to get back up. You can stay down and pretend like you're dead. It's always an option. In this clip here that's playing, I use this to my advantage. I use my knowledge of the plastic explosives, or really any explosive in this game. It does less damage to your HP, but what it really does is it takes your balance down, and most of the time you'll end up falling over if you get hit by an explosive. I can hear the enemies approaching. I'll be quiet for this part, but if you listen, you can hear them getting closer.
Everyone get on computers.
I'll be on my way.
They're all... Pretty sure they're all on the computers. He's not responding.
See, I've knocked him over with an explosive, and I've finished him off with my silenced pistol. Swapping to this gun is completely silent and is great for stealth. If you listen carefully, I have a proximity sensor. Oh, there it goes. Because I know where I set that earlier in the match. I know where he's at now. There's a third one I get too greedy, and I end up going down. But that clip is great for showing a couple of things about this game. It's using your tools to your advantage. I put a proximity sensor outside that hallway before I did this. And that allowed me to get that second kill nice and easy. Now, this clip is just another repeat of the first one, but that's actually the same guy as the first time. It was literally the next round. I thought that was kind of funny. Now, as an intruder, there are a lot of ways you can go in this map. I'm showing this off with this clip a little bit. And one of my intruder buddies has just smoke screened this entire bridge and is taking the objective to that blue capture point. When he does that, we'll have won the round. As a guard, you have the same tools as an intruder. You've got the camera on a stick, binoculars, sniper rifle, shotgun, SMG, silenced pistol, plastic explosives, and a couple proximity sensors. Lockpicks and cardboard cutout decoys, stuff like that. This clip is a great example of strategy and understanding your map. So this is a cliffside, which a couple of players have complaints about occasionally. It's a little too linear of a map, but right now I'm sneaking around the outer edge. And here in a little bit, I'll slow down the video when it happens, but I'm about to climb up into that window above me right now, and I see an enemy coming down the hallway, and I know he saw me. There he is. I'm aware he saw me. So I'm gonna plan around this. I'm gonna put myself a little plastic explosive there, and when he jumps down, I'm gonna knock him off the edge. There he goes. Problem solved. It's things like that that make this game so charming to play. Here's another example of strategy. It's the same map. I'm peeking my camera out the window, and they fogged out that whole hallway, so I can't see anything. And that's my ally up there. He's trying to relay information to me. Another ally just gets slaughtered beneath me in that walkway I was in the previous clip. Now here's the clip where I trip over that railing. I believe I broke my neck on the fall and died. There's no such thing as a perfect game. I've been watching this game's development for years. I've been watching it since before there were any textures in the game and before the player models were more than just placeholders. And I've seen it grow and I've seen it change. And I remember being impressed when they added the doors where you can use your scroll wheel to open the door slowly as opposed to just completely opening the doors immediately. I remember them adding these grenades I'm throwing right now, which are gas grenades that disorient your view and invert your controls when you're standing in them. And with games like this that have been small development teams, it just recently got added to Steam, finally, after years. And I'm hoping that brings more attention. The big problem I see with this game is that there just isn't enough player base. And that has nothing to do with it being old or it being a bad game. It's a great game. I just believe this has everything to do with the word is not out. A lot of people don't seem to think that the game, don't seem to know this game exists. There are still people playing it. It is still in development. I've seen a couple of updates come out pretty recently. The game is still very much in development. It's just not enough people playing it. I've seen the game grow quite dramatically since it was first released. I really think this game has the potential to pick up again. They've added the map making system to the game.
The main problem with the map Cliffside is there's very limited strategies. Like, yes, you have the 3 main ways to go about the map as an intruder, but like those 3 ways are extremely limited and easily blocked, and there's not really much room for like really sneaky shit, because they pretty much always know which of the 3 directions you're going. And like Cliffside is like practically like on the ledge. That's practically suicide, considering it's so easy to be countered. So it's like nothing you can do can really like surprise.
This is a common complaint I've heard a couple of times playing this game, is that this particular map, Cliffside, it's very linear, and there aren't very many things you can do as an intruder to sneak around. That map could be improved.
I'm gonna go sit in the vents, because I can. Yep, that's what I just... excuse me? Excuse you? Excuse me?
I believe we just need more maps in the game, more players in the game, just more content. Right now, the mechanics are solid. Games like this, they thrive off of the player interactions. Player-to-player interaction is huge in this game. If you see someone pull off something really clever, you're bound to remember it. I've seen people hide in plants. I've seen people do all kinds of wild things in this game. That's just one of the things that I remember every time I think back on this game. So that's why I believe that more players, more active community members in this game is exactly what it needs to pick itself up off the ground.
Fucking lockpicking!
I said preaching.
We need people making some maps. We need people talking. We need players. We need faces. When it comes to the future of Intruder as a game, I would like to see a couple of things happen. One of which is I would like to get a couple of buddies of mine into this game, and we'll see how it goes. Right now, I believe the biggest barrier of entry for this game is its price tag. It costs $19.99 on Steam. Right now, I don't believe that's a valid price to price this game at. And I think that's something that would change if there were more players in the game. Maybe $19.99 would be fine if there's more players.
I'm gonna blow up the window. Watch this.
Todd Howard, you bastard. Anyways, like I was saying, this game thrives off of player interactions. And a game like this without any players is just not much of a game anymore. It's very community driven. I'm trying to get in contact with developers right now. I would like to see where they want to take this game. I would like to see if it's something I should continue to endorse on this channel, or if it's something I should just maybe move on to something else with. I would like to see it grow, though. This is something that I have many fond memories of playing years upon years ago. Maybe 2013, maybe around that time. About 6 years ago. It's been in development for a while. Definitely have seen a lot of improvements over that time. I would like to see if the developers are still have some good roadmap going on. Realistically, I would like to see the inventory system revamped, and I believe I've heard them talking about that. That's one of their next big goals. So right now you can't drop items. If you pick up, for example, a shotgun, you might not be able to pick up a sniper rifle later. There's a limited number of spots in your inventory. I would like to be able to manage my inventory a little bit better than that. Another thing I would like to see in the future is some more maps, some more official backed maps. Currently there are only like 4 or 5, and while they're not bad maps, it would be nice to see something new. I know they've added a map making system, and I haven't really touched that yet, so I can't really speak for it. Played a couple of community maps before without realizing they're community maps because they were so good they could have fit into the base game. I'd like to see more gadgets, just more content overall. And I understand these things take time. I'm not saying that it needs to happen in a day. I'm just saying that if the developers want to see this game grow and be something that they would like to continue working on, it's just some food for thought. I haven't heard much from them in the community, and I've recently joined the Discord, the official game Discord. I'll close out the video with a little clip of me baiting the enemies.
But still, we took a... Oh crap, he has the briefcase, he has the briefcase, he has the briefcase! Gamers, all gamers in the briefcase!
Thanks for watching, guys.